Peni Heart at Home. You would be, well, you're the first to comment. Welcome Peni Heart at Home, and welcome Michelle. Hello and good afternoon. True, it is 12 o'clock. I guess midnight for you, Michelle. 12 in the afternoon. Happy Friday. Dumaguete, Philippines. I think it's like, I don't know, 83, 84. I looked at that like over an hour ago. Absolutely, what can I say? I know I sound redundant, but it's beautiful. But welcome Peni Heart at Home. Welcome also Michelle. And Peni Heart at Home, you're here a lot now. I'm gonna make you blue. So now you're blue. Peni Heart at Home. But yeah, what can I say? No complaints from me. I think we did get some rain last night, because when I came out this morning there were puddles that I don't remember seeing yesterday. So although yesterday we did get a little rain, which was good that I didn't do a live stream on Thursdays because the weather wasn't the best and I had some errands to do as well. I went and kind of took the smart approach. Peni says, thanks, looks really awesome place. Dr. Red is here also, which would be DRT. What's happening, Michael, was 80 degrees in PA and Maryland. See, that's good. And I hope the weather stays that way and you don't get teased. Jeff Johnson's here. So anyway, what was I doing yesterday? I went to immigration because my 2-month tourist visa, you can only do 2 months at a time. That expires on April 10th. But due to all the upcoming holidays, kind of in the first week of April, thank you to Fortune, Master Fortune, and other people saying, Michael, we got a lot of holidays going on the first week of April. I didn't want to end up going to, normally I go within 7 days to immigration when I go to renew, extend another 2 months. But with those holidays, I said, you know what, I'm just going. So I went yesterday, got in and got out very quickly of immigration. There wasn't a lot of people there. So it makes you wonder if anybody's due the 10th like me, if they try to go in next week. So yeah, it was 1,960 pesos for my extension, and whatever that's equivalent to now, I'm not 100% sure, I don't remember. But so I did that yesterday, and hey, any new people here, I got Nathan Helm, says, how are you doing today? I mean, it looks beautiful. Yeah, Dumaguete, Philippines. And yes, it is beautiful today. Just kind of highlighting what I did yesterday. So I took care of immigration, and then I got an automatic text message. MD Armin says, hello. Hello, MD Armin. Tiffany says it's nighttime for you. Then maybe you're in the United States, Canada, somewhere over there it's dark. I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines. Miss Flo Flowers, hello. So then I got a text message because a friend of mine, Kevin, which I've done live streams before, he was up in Manila. I need new shoes. When you walk as many miles as I do a day, and I've only been rotating 2 pairs, they kind of get worn out. But the Brooks brand that I like and prefer, you can't get them here that I know of in Dumaguete. People have said Cebu, and then they've said Manila, the Mall of Asia. So my friend Kevin went to the Mall of Asia, called me, I don't know, 3-4 days ago. Video chat, picked out my Glycerin 23 Brooks, and they said it would take 5 days to get shipped through LBC. Actually, it got here sooner than that. So I went and picked up my new shoes. Now I don't have them on. I didn't wear them today. Yeah, beautiful ocean. I didn't put my shoes on today because it was still wet, and I didn't just want to get them all schmucked up. There is mud, and I didn't want to wear them the first day and run in the mud and trash them already. So yeah, wearing my, well, let me see. Still got my old Brooks, but they're getting worn on the bottom. Very, very worn, but just so you guys can see, yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful 12:05 p.m. in the afternoon, Dumaguete, Philippines, MD Armin. I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines, but I'm from United States, living here abroad. Big Man Girl says ocean. Yeah, Miss Flower says it's 9 p.m. in Vancouver, Canada. Well, I'm glad you're here from Canada. And then we got Tennessee Caveman. I'm getting remembering you now, familiar. Glad you're here. Lynn Angel's here. Ryan retired. Yes, you could fish right here. You could stand on this wall and you could do it. You fish and pull, or kind of like the locals, they get a empty like bottle from soda bottle, wrap string around it and put their lure or bait on the end and fish like that. But yeah, you can fish all along here if you feel like it. You definitely can do that. Peanut Heart says it's 9:05 here in California. Kay Christie says, yeah. And Ryan says, retired, says, sweet. Can you fish there? Yes, Kay Christie, you can fish. And you know what? It's funny. A lot of people ask me if you can fish here. And I haven't fished here yet. Now, when I lived in Florida for 2 years, now I'm not like a professional fisherman. I don't know everything. I know the basics, you know, put the bait on the hook and throw it in. But I did do deep sea fishing when I lived in Florida, and I really enjoyed it. You could do like, you know, just get on a boat with a bunch of other people. I think it was like an 8-hour trip. Although a few of the hours you spend getting to your destination, and they make a couple of stops wherever the fish are biting. But I had fun, and yes, I did catch fish. Some were edible, some weren't, but it was just fun. But no, I have not fished here yet, believe it or not. But I'm in the process, and I keep repeating this, of trying to, there's bunker boats, guys that go out, locals, and they'll drop their nets, you know, and catch fish that way. I want to go with them and experience that. Mostly personally for myself, and I like, you know, I like embracing the culture and the community and learning things. So hopefully that works out soon. I'm still waiting on this individual to get back to me. I haven't heard from her yet. She says she knows a couple local Filipinos that would take me out, and you know, I just pay them whatever, you know, and have them take me out. And what happened? Somebody. Hey, Pina, you don't need the timeout. HY1982. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. Nefertless says, where are we heading to cast? Everywhere and anywhere. You know me, I walk everywhere. But yeah, HYN2, he's a good guy. You don't need to worry about him. I don't even know how you take him out of a timeout, but I feel bad now. HY1982, he's always a good guy. I'm just finishing my ice water. Anything to keep my throat lubricated. Possum is here. Hello, my friend. Dimitar. Hey, I know I might say this wrong, but Dimitar Stoylovsky says, good afternoon and have a nice day all day. 5:08, we expect rain today. Well, I think we got rain through the night, and I don't care. It can rain as much as it wants, and if it wants to do it at nighttime, that's the best for me here in Dumaguete, Philippines. Like I said, I don't mind it if it rains as long as it's when I'm sleeping, and then when I get up, it's all sunshine. Nefertless, I'd say it's like 84 maybe by now. I checked it a couple hours ago, and it's like 82. Yesterday after the rain, and then it stopped, the humidity was very high, which makes sense after all the rain. I was literally sitting, I was not even walking. It was like, I made a couple of my errand runs, and then I was sitting drinking a coffee outside, and I was just drenched. with sweat. So yeah, the humidity is definitely not as high as it was yesterday. Right now, things start to dry up. It gets a lot better. JM12 says, I'm in Das Marinas, Cavite. I apologize if I say that wrong. Welcome to anybody that's new to my channel and hasn't been here. Sometimes I talk too much and I forget to do a formal introduction. But anyway, my name's Michael, born and raised in the United States. Pennsylvania is like my home state where I was born. Altoona, Pennsylvania was actually where I was born. And lived in Florida though for 2 years. I preferred the warm weather of Florida, so I did live there for 2 years. My current address, home away from home back in the States, is in Mechanicsburg, Central PA. We got Tennessee says something about, is the humidity worse there than it is in the South? Interesting question. I met a friend, a foreigner from the United States. His name's Michael. Go figure, same as mine. He lived in Florida all his life. I guess he's in his 50s now or something like that. And I asked him, I said, because I only lived in 2 years and I didn't think I was experienced enough to make a comparison, but I said, when you lived in Florida all your life and then you came here, what was more humid, Florida or here in the Philippines? And believe it or not, he said he felt it was more humid in Florida. He said, although it's hotter here, which makes sense in a way, well, the sun is stronger because you're closer to the equator. But I thought that was interesting. He is a lifer from Florida, and he felt it was more humid in Florida than it is here in the Philippines. And in a way, I kind of felt the same way, but I was only there for 2 years. Maybe I just experienced a lot of humidity, which I don't mind humidity, but maybe the 2 years I was there was worse, and he had more of an idea because he all his life. But yeah, he felt it was more humid here, or more humid in Florida than here. Peni says, where in Florida? We have lived in Florida for 8 years. I lived in Stuart, Florida and Palm City, Florida on the East Coast. I'm an East Coast kind of guy. I need waves and be able to just, boogie board or whatever. I need more waves. Like the Gulf side's nice. I've been to Tampa, all those places, but to me, the Gulf side's like a lake, really calm and relaxing. And some people enjoy that. I like the little bit of roughness with the waves and yeah. Oh, there's Ted. Ted Bahol. How you doing, Ted? He says, hey, Mike, Hershey is in PA, right? Exactly. Chocolate capital of the world, or in the US. Yes, that's where, and actually where they make M&Ms. M&Ms is made in Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania also. I don't know if that's the originating place, but I know Hershey, the company, started in Pennsylvania. I'm gonna flip and go this way so you guys don't get bored looking at my face. Jam12 says, nice. Tennessee Caveman says, humidity is what makes the heat so bad. I've heard places like Arizona doesn't feel. Yeah, because they don't have humidity. Same with California. It's like a dry, hot heat. I don't mind the whole humidity thing. It doesn't bother me that much. I really don't care. I enjoy it. I'd rather sweat than freeze and that kind of thing. So that's why I typically just, I deal with it. I'd rather sweat than freeze. Let me see. Michelle says, welcome to the chat, everyone. Please like, subscribe, comment, and smash the bell for notifications. Castaway Drift for a fun escape in Dumaguete, Philippines. Exactly. Always fun. Great escape here. Love it here. But welcome, Ted. I haven't seen you in a while, but you're exactly right on the Hershey, PA. And Yamaha Keller says, you've lost a lot of weight. Well, I was never fat per se or overweight. I definitely have lost weight. I know that. Walking a lot, walking every day. I mean, I don't have any excuses living here in the Philippines to not walk. There's no snow or deep snow or ice preventing me from getting a good quality walk in. And I'm not a treadmill kind of guy. I'll never do that. even if it was too cold to go outside. So I'm sure I have lost a little weight. That's typical. Um, Gasoline problem still persists in the Philippines. The price is higher. I think gas has been higher at other times throughout history. I don't know 100% for here, but it's like I always kind of say, just try to weather the storm, focus on other things, try not to panic, and just do your best when it comes to stuff like that. Jam 12 says, I work for Keenan Concrete in Lancaster, PA. Man, it's such a small world. I always love when I meet people, from, Pennsylvania, but the U.S., wherever. I don't care where you're from, but Pennsylvania is very unique. Lancaster's very close to Mechanicsburg, York, PA. All that's in central Pennsylvania. So it's kind of wild when I'm like halfway around the world and then I'm talking to people from my home state. It's surreal in a way. But it's a blessing too. It's really nice. That's awesome to know that. Neferlis says, how does the humidity feel? Today it's not bad. Now, if I was doing this yesterday, you'd probably see my face a lot more like saturated with sweat. It'd be dripping a little bit. But I feel good. I actually feel really, really, really good. I mean, there's a breeze, and that's the other benefit of being this close to the water. That's very helpful. I get the further inland you get, I'm sure it's not as breezy. Maybe it is, or you go up in the higher elevations, obviously, like Valencia, and it cools off. But this don't bother me. It's good. Let me see. Ted says, yep, hot and wet is way better than dry and cold. Yeah, and that's funny. I'll check the gas prices, Macho Man. I always go past. There's a few gas stations here and there. I don't buy gasoline because I don't have to. I don't own a motorbike. I don't own a car. The only thing I need to fuel me is food. That's my fuel for my shoes and walking. But yeah, it's just like, I remember, Ted, when I went back to the U.S. in March of 2025, after being here, well, I got here in July of 2024 and went back home in March 2025. It was still cold in Pennsylvania, dry. My skin just like, the moisture, your skin to me is healthier in humidity. It's like naturally moisturized, whereas, why do people apply moisturizer to their skin in the winter? So here I went home, hey, there's my friend, Mayong Muto. That's where I got pizza the other day. I got pizza from there. She's my friend from Grenaz Pizza. I'm going back here. Compare. So yeah, definitely, I didn't like it when I went back in March. So the next time I do go back to the United States on this subject, I'm going back when it's summertime, June, July, August, September. That would be my window for going home to the U.S. from here. I'm not going back when it's cold unless I don't have a choice. Peni says, compared to Florida, enjoyed California weather but missed the Philippines. Well, yeah, California, you just don't have the humidity. My younger brother lived in California for many years, but he lives in Pennsylvania right now. He kind of had his reasons, kind of got tired of all the drama going on in California, so he left, as did a lot of people. When it's too hot in the Philippines, put a wet towel on the back of your head. That's a typical Yeah, I usually just, even when I wear this backpack, it retains the sweat behind my shirt, but it's all right. I'm still sucking on this ice while it lasts, and then have my moisturizer, lubrication for my lips, because they can get a little dry from talking. But it doesn't bother me. Again, I don't know if I'm just one of the crazy ones or exceptions to the rule. Ever since I've been a kid, the heat doesn't bother me. And that's why when I'm, in my apartment, I'm never in my apartment. I don't want to be at home. I'm missing too much out here. My omoto, missing too much walking in the streets, getting to see people. I see you, Matthew Rue says hello. Necklace says Any foods that made Michelle, you sent me the gift. See that? Now I gotta show my face. I just think my young motto. I just think it's a respect thing when someone, your generosity towards me. I have to look at you and say, Michelle, to your face, thank you. Appreciate that super gift. You're a wonderful person, a great supporter of mine. I'm humbled every day. Sometimes I just sit back and think, man, all these people want to listen to me sometimes. I don't know why, but I appreciate it. Maybe I'm doing something right, but thank you, Michelle. Back to this. Any foods that made you sick there? Nefertless, I tried street food. I mentioned this before. I tried street food once for the first time, full-fledged street food. Not the pork barbecue, not the chicken, not the meat. It was like all the fried stuff. I tried that for the first time, and it was delicious. Like, I was eating dynamite. It would look like lumpia, but it was called dynamite wrapped up, like a egg roll type thing, and French fries, everything. Did the deep dive into street food, and it made me sick. About 2 hours later, I had a bad stomach ache. And if you know what I mean, when you get a bad stomach ache, you feel like you gotta go sit on the toilet, and that's what I did. Not to gross you guys out, but later that night, within 2 hours after eating that, I was in the bathroom, and then almost till 2 in the afternoon the next day I was in the bathroom. Maybe it was because it was my first time eating street food. That's what a lot of people said, you're just not used to it. I'm not in much of a hurry to try that again right now. I don't want to make myself go through that again. But yeah, it did make me sick. Hold on, let me see where I gotta say hello to my friends up here too. Hey, okay. My young motto. That is pepper, chili, hot, enjoy. He's eating a hot, amping. He's eating a hot chili pepper. My friend, my young motto. There's my other one, my security. My own motto, how are you? Good. And then what I say now when I'm going to say, Ato Usako. Ato Usako. Have a good day. I'll see you later. Amping. And Michelle, I see you sent me happy poop. It popped up on there. Wait, let me go back here. David says he's grateful to be here. I have type 2 diabetes, so warm weather makes me almost neuropathy. That's like a tongue twister. My mother had diabetes also, David Golden Eagle, David. But my brother, God bless my brother, he makes a lot of sacrifices, does research. Where do you think I learned all my health, natural, organic ways of living holistically? He turned my mom's life around the natural way. She's not on any type of medication whatsoever. He simply changed her diet. And it's not like she's just eating crackers and water or something like that. I mean, he changed it, and she's completely good now, fine. Much better. I wouldn't say she's perfectly fine in regards to other parts of her health, but she's dealing with stuff. And a little dementia and whatnot, but she's 100 times better than what she would be if she would be on meds. I don't even know if she'd be alive right now if it weren't for my brother. Probably not. I keep pushing the button. Yeah, dynamite spring rolls. That was the thing I ate. Tasted really good, wasn't overly hot. My young motto. Hello, Augie. My young motto. I'll see you guys later. Amping. Derek is here from Hawaii. David says, my body loving it here. And I agree. Like I said, to me, I know what works with me. Exercise, walking, clean, healthy diet as best as you can eat. Again, everybody's different. I get that. I mean, I'm sure some people can eat that I won't even touch. And maybe they're perfectly fine. They're the exception to the rule. But for me right now, I'm just happy and blessed. I keep doing what works for me. And I've been doing this walking thing. Mayomoto. I've been doing this walking thing for years, even well before I got here. Normally I walk a lot faster than what you see me doing now, but I don't want to go that fast. Now I am using the gimbal today, so it's probably not shaking as much. I wanted to be a little more professional for you guys today and not just freehand it and bounce around. Mayong moto. Amping. CKN says happy trails. Welcome CKN. Fortune says Wells, and I wanted to say hello, Fortune. And Bag of Plenty is here too. What's up, friend? Bag of Plenty. You know me. I'm just out walking in the sunshine today. It's a beautiful day. What can I say? Living life, being happy with the simple things in life. Thank you, Bag of Plenty. I appreciate you being here. Let me go back. I get too far. Colin Darling says, very sad now, Republic of Ireland not going to the 2026 Soccer World Cup, beaten by Czech Republic. You know what though, Colin? Somebody's gonna win, somebody's gonna lose. I know how I used to feel when my certain teams would lose too. I took it really personal. I was probably, in my opinion, for me, I was too emotionally attached to sports, wins and losses and stuff like that, when I should have been focusing on much more, more important things. Not to say that soccer and the World Cup is not important, but yeah, I used to get very emotional. Hey, Mayong Moto, Amping. Ato Usako. See, they respect that. Mayong Moto, Amping. Yeah, they see, I tell you, like I said, I get excited when I learn Bisaya, because then I communicate and people are shocked and they appreciate that. The simple things in life that make you happy. Do you like sushi California roll? My favorite sushi here is called Volcano. I get it at Moon Cafe. It's like a deep fried sushi. Now again, I'm not 100% sure what the oil they use, and if I found out it wasn't something I'd like, I'd probably be disappointed I was eating it, but I don't get it that often. So, but that's my favorite sushi. I gotta get rid of this cup. But yeah, it's definitely, wow. And I just wanna say, Mike, it will be quiet there when Holy Week, but solemn processions of Thursday and Friday. Middle J said, Mayong Utto. I thought it was Mutto. Maybe you're correcting me, Middle J. I could be wrong. But what was I gonna say? My apologies when I miss comments or questions. I don't intentionally try to miss them. When I'm walking, talking to people, looking on the street and everything, I appreciate each and every one of you that takes the time to comment or ask a question and I don't get to it. If I could do them all, I would. But walking definitely doesn't allow me to do that as much as I'd like to. Maybe someday I'll have like a one-on-one like Q&A where I just sit at the ocean. I don't like sitting inside a house. To me, that's just too darn boring. I wouldn't watch myself if I was sitting in a house. It's just boring for me. So I kind of take my mindset, what I like and don't like, and apply it to the live stream. I like walking, so that's why I started doing live streams when I walk. Wait. Fidel Torres says, I can't wait to move back to Davao province. Hope I can afford the plane ticket with the price of fuel. Yeah, I mean, I know you got to take that into consideration, but just think positively. Hopefully things turn around. I guess the good thing is you're not coming now or not forced to get a ticket, although when you do get a plane ticket, you want to get it early, because the earlier in advance you get it, the less usually expensive it is, unless you go during unless you come during a popular time of the year, then the ticket, the price could be a little more expensive. Um, that's what I think. Got to think about too when I go back to the USA. You know, Mayong Muto, Mayong Muto, Amping, Ato Usako. Edwin is here, says the Duke of Duma, you're royal. I don't know about Duke of Duma or being royal, although that's a very nice compliment by Fortune. Master Fortune started that nickname for me. Bag of Plenty says, are you still in Dumaguete? Yes, sir. Bag of Plenty, I'm not going, I mean, other than visiting places when I visit, Dumaguete right now is my permanent, like, home away from home residence. I love it here in Dumaguete. I enjoy the people. First and foremost, I preach this to death, but the people are the most important thing to me here in Dumaguete. It's all about the people. And there's my friend, Mayong Muto. But yeah, it's a hot one today. That's good to be drinking fluids. At some point, you know me, I get my coconut water too. Hey, Mayong Muto. Amping. Let me see, I missed this comment. Michael is walking around Dumaguete Public Market. Derek says my PAL flight to Manila, then to Tacloban is April 16. Hope everything is okay. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of one of those things. Hey, Mayong Muto. Amping. That's one of those things, you know, at least you already have your ticket, I guess. And like I said, hopefully nothing will interfere with your opportunity to travel here. Definitely for sure. Bag of Plenty says, great to see Dumaguete. I appreciate you being here. Like I said, this is real life. This is real culture. This is amazing people. I always show people, you know, there's so many different types of rice. I can say I've had rice, but I don't know if I've had all those types of rice. You always can find bread, that's for sure. But my favorite bread is called torta or binca. That's my favorite, like, snack. It reminds me of like a muffin, American style muffin. Derek says 5 months in the Philippines. Our local airlines, Cebu, Pacific, Air Asia, will prioritize domestic. Yeah. I need to find a trash can. That's not trash, food. Colin says, is coconut water good to take with type 2 diabetes? You know what, Colin? That's a very good question. I know there's natural sugar in it, so there might be some sort of thing you need to check as far as, as far as spiking your blood sugar. As far as coconut water, I don't know. I'd have to ask my brother that question, or I could just look it up. As everybody always says, just Google it. But that, I've never been at, that's a good question. Coconut water and type 2 diabetes, what are the risks? I'll have to check that out. That's a good question. Fortune says, I have a 4-day trip to Bohol in June. I'm not worried yet. Hoping we'll push through. Yeah, I hope for everybody. Half Century Outdoors, again, welcome, says, looks like another nice day. Beautiful. I'm feeling good. Sweat dripping off my nose. My glasses slide down a little bit, but it's all good. Middle J says, bring crisp $100 bills. Yeah, that is true. And if you ever, I don't know if this currency exchange place is like a chain or there's more of them other places, but there is an currency exchange place here that I'm familiar with, experience with, called Optimum. Maybe you know about that, Fortune. It's called Optimum. And they give the best currency exchange for American money, cash, to Philippine peso that I've ever seen. They didn't, well, at least when I did it, they didn't even make that much of a profit. I mean, The exchange I got was basically just about the exact exchange rate, with them keeping a small amount compared to like going to the mall, Robinson Mall. Like there's other places that have currency exchanges, but I was surprised how much basically the Optimum place here. I'm not very far from it. I mean, I might even be able to walk past there. The currency exchange rate for Optimum was like spot on, like just about. I got everything in pesos with them keeping a very small profit. Glenn, hey, Mayung Muto, Amping. These people are so nice. I just can't get over, and a lot of them are the same people that I've met here, the locals. They always say hi to me as if it's the first time. Big smile on their face, happy, and obviously they get to know me. I walk around here every day, but they still say hello with the same energy as if they just met me for the first time. It's just so humbling. To all your life, for me in the U.S., I never experienced this. You just feel like you're somebody when you're here in the Philippines. Me, specifically in Dumaguete, but it's just unreal. Glenn says, good afternoon, Glenn. Like I always say, if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're not a subscriber and you're interested in following the journey of an American here living abroad in the Philippines with the opportunity to retire at 55 and live abroad and happy, like warm weather, you like wonderful, amazing people, different culture, different food. You can still find your American food, but if any of that interests you, sorry, my nose is sweating. If any of that interests you, you might like it here if you've never been here. But then again, you might not. I always give both sides. It's not for everybody. It's for me. I definitely love it. I'm happy and humbled and blessed each and every day. But if I do miss your comment and questions, Scuba Steve, I see you there. I am not intentionally trying to avoid any of you guys. Quite honestly, it's humbling and a blessing that I get so many comments and questions that I can't even keep up. That's why sometimes I have, well, not sometimes, a lot of times I have great moderators in here that are very knowledgeable, either of my situation or knowledgeable of things in the Philippines that I don't have knowledge of. Master Fortune would be one. Anybody with Philippine roots could answer questions that I can't answer. Sometimes I feel like I'm missing out because I can't read everything and I could be learning something. But at the same time, I just love going on these walks because that's what I do. But then I just throw in, the live stream with it. But let me flip. You don't need to see my mug. Don C says, island vibes. Definitely island vibes. What was I going to say? We're going to go past the gas station. And then I was also going to go past this place called Optimum. For anybody that would ever come to Dumaguete, it could help you find it. But yeah, crisp $100 bills is the way to go. If you go to a bank and you're going to bring cash with you from the States, tell them to give you the best, newest bills they got. Go through them. That's what I did. And they went through them all and then gave me the best that they had. And I think someone asked once, what is the limit of cash that you can bring from the USA to here? I think someone said 10,000 cash. I think. I didn't bring that much. I brought 3,000 when I came the first time, but I didn't even know there was a limit when I did do that. I'm gonna go down here this way where the gas station is. Yeah, Middle J, I think you're right. When it comes to numbers, sometimes those do stick in my head, and I think you're right. I think it is $10,000, and Fortune probably would know that also. JM knows 10,000. Yeah, you can withdraw Philippine pesos, at the ATM. There's one, there's banks. People always ask, are there accessible, a lot of banks? Yeah, there's quite a few. I have not used an ATM since I've been here. I have not had to actually use it. My current banking situation, I do. My bank in the United States is PNC, and then I transfer money from PNC to my Wise account, WISE, Wise account. That's like the middleman, and then I go from Wise account to Gcash. Gcash is very easy to use here. It's very convenient. You can, if you need cash out, if you need physical money, you can go to a bank, you can go to a little store, like anywhere, whoever can cash you out, or if they have enough, getting some sort of, they have to make money. It's a very small amount that they're charged. You get charged to cash out. But I have Gcash, I have physical cash, I have used my Apple card here, which is digitally on my phone too, So I have a physical Apple card and, to scan my phone. So I would say that's 3 methods of money, because sometimes Gcash does go down, it doesn't work. So then you got to have a backup. So that would be cash. And also I learned, now I don't have it, but Gcash, you can get a Gcash like debit card, physical card. You can get it online and they mail it to you. Someone said it was like 250 pesos if you order, you do it and they send it to you through the mail. But then someone said if you go to Robinson grocery store here, you can buy it right there and it's like 150 pesos. So you can actually get the card here instead of going through mail and save yourself 100 pesos. Then you can use that Gcash card at an ATM machine and withdraw cash from your Gcash with the card. So you can either use a physical card or you can just go to a store if they have the amount that you need and do it that way. And here's another thing. See this LBC place right here? This is where my shoes came to. My friend Kevin got them in Manila at the Mall of Asia, my sneakers, which I don't have them on today. I'll show you later. But this is the LBC that I had to come and pick it up. They sent me a text message, said it was ready. They said you have 3 days to pick it up, or I guess they'd probably send it back to Manila because I'm sure they don't have enough room to just store everybody's packages in there if you can't get it within 3 days. This gas here says 122 pesos for diesel and 95 for the Una unlimited or unleaded maybe. So 122 and 95 pesos per liter. And then where was the other? Oh, I was going to show you Optimum. I think it's down. Yeah, it's right here. Perfect. I can cross this street and it's right over here. So close. Everything's like right off the main street. It's very easy to get to. This is kind of, but yes, as you notice, there's no street lights. Everybody kind of you just weasel your way across the street. But this Optimum place is right here. I remember the first time I had to find it and I couldn't find it. I think it's right in there, Optimum Traders. Yeah, you go right in there. It looks like a garage because there's 2 cars in there. But I'll show you. There's like just like a little glass window, and this is where you come to trade. Currency specialist. See this? This is the one where I got the best rate, if anybody cares. And then you go right there and you walk in through that door, and that's where you trade or exchange currency. And that was where I got the best rate at. Yeah, Money Changer, Optimum Trader. If you're ever in Dumaguete, now I don't know if this is like a branch and they have other places, but yeah, that was where it worked out. Someone said Xbox Master. You must be in there. Hey, how are you doing, sir? Mayong Muto. Amping. And what's also awesome is, like, I don't ride a lot of tricycles. Randomly I do on occasion. Like yesterday when I did buy myself a white t-shirt. I wanted to get another t-shirt. Now I have 2 of them. Xbox got me one and now I have another one. And then I got my shoes there yesterday and it was raining off and on and it was kind of awkward carrying the box So I was like, you know what? I'll take a tricycle. That was a rare occurrence for me to ride in a tricycle. But the funny thing was, a lot of these tricycle drivers here, either I rode with them maybe once a long time ago, they never forget you, or they just simply see me because I'm very, I don't know. Everybody kind of knows, I think maybe at this point, who I am, or they recognize me, and they'll be driving by and they'll stop by, just like that gentleman did this right there, just to say hello. Colin says, like Paris traffic. You know what though, here in Dumaguete, Colin, you get used to it. Plus there's no street lights. They do slow down. They're pedestrian friendly here for me. Now there could be the occasional person that might say, hey, they didn't slow down for me, and I get that, but overall, they slow down here. Bacolod, when I lived in Bacolod, that was like a danger zone. That was like, close your eyes and cross the street and see if you get across. But I'm gonna go down through this Quaison Park, like I opted in, did the gas station. One of these days, I wanna go back to the mall. And I guess from everybody, Fortune says good PMJ. Navy Federal Rebate Philippines ATM fees up to $20 a month. And again, just by me doing PNC to Wise, then the Gcash, I'm sure Fortune completely understands what I do. It's the most inexpensive way for me to transfer money from the United States. Going PNC, Wise account to Gcash. It's the most inexpensive way to do it. And I don't know what the total the currency exchange is for today, but it's been 59 to 60 for the last week or so, maybe longer. And I see Henry Broussard is here. Welcome, Henry. How are you doing, my friend? What's this? It's been a while since I left the Philippines. Crossing the street is something I'll have to relearn. And you know what's funny? It's like you end up picking it up. It just becomes like, I'm so used to it. You kind of have to take the mindset of the motorbike drivers, the car drivers, the tricycle drivers. It's kind of like a free-flowing Sixth Sense kind of thing. You kind of just know what everybody's gonna do. I don't know. It's like a feeling you get. So how a motorbike driver gets around, car, and then me, we all kind of linked on the same brainwave, if that makes sense. Looks like Xbox is dropping some knowledge. But how you doing, Xbox? I know you said, Jay, he said he was riding around in an MR2 the other day, Toyota MR2. I guess a local Filipino who likes cars, and I think Jay said he likes to tinker with cars. He was cruising around, he said, in an MR2. And he said he felt comfortable driving around here in Dumaguete, which a lot of people sometimes get a little nervous. Prabha's here. Hello, Prabha. Then we got Tangerine says hello. Where you at, Tangerine? Where are you from? Old West is here. Looks like another wonderful day. Old West. I think, like I said, rain season's finally behind me. Mayong Muto. Amping. Jazz X Official says, hey. How you doing, Jazz X Official? And Granite. Oh, wait. Is that Granite? Yeah, Granite City Skinny. Shall. I don't know what shall. I'm going towards the water if anybody cares. I need to lose this cup. That's one thing can be a little challenging, finding like a random public trash can. But I'll find a trash can. I'm not gonna just lay it somewhere or do that. Jazz says it's fine. What about you? I'm happy. And again, Jazz, if you're new, my name's Michael from the United States, Pennsylvania, living abroad here in Dumaguete, Philippines. Yeah, I've been here since July of 2024, went home in March of 2025, returned in June of 2025, and I've been here ever since. Happy as all can be, love the weather, of course. If you can't take the heat, probably you wouldn't like this kitchen here. I don't really think it's that bad. lived here, like I said, since then. My home away from home. Best thing about the Philippines is the people. Absolutely the people, especially here in Dumaguete. This is where I'm at the majority of my time. And Jazz says he's from India. Well, you're not that far from the Philippines. A lot of people tell me I need to visit India someday, maybe. Right now, I'm basically locked in with the Philippines, and then there's too much to see here. And then, when other opportunities present itself, I'll do it. But in the meantime, I'm living life. I'm happy, blessed, and thankful for everything that I have here in the Philippines. Jeff says, yes, I know it's $10,000. Can you get another $10,000 the next day? Or is it per month or per year? Very good question. Like I said, the 10,000 is what I could bring physically on the airplane. I think that was more what it was about. Like when you travel on an airline, found a trash can, need to dispose. But that I did know, like you can't have more than $10,000 physical cash with your luggage or belongings. Other than that, I don't know. Yep, that's right. Thank you, Fortune. It's physical cash. Because I'm sure, like, I don't know, like your stuff goes through the scanner, the x-ray kind of machines. I'm sure, they can pretty much see everything. Maybe if your lump is bigger than 10,000, then they might pull you into a back room and wonder why you have so much or something like that. I'm sure there's many reasons for why there's a 10,000 limit. Colin says, nice classic cars in India. Yeah, a lot of people ask about classic cars here. What my idea of a classic car is like muscle cars back in the States, Mustangs and Camaros, whatever, just like the old school muscle cars. Jeff Winters, each visit at a time, U.S. travel law. That's what I thought, per visit. Yeah, that makes more sense because obviously, whoever the heck just asked that question about more than like once, like the next day, like, well, I don't think you'd be traveling from USA and back every day. But that's what it is. It's like when you travel here by plane. Yeah, Don, like I said, when I came here the first time, being here 2 months, that was my plan. I brought 3,000 in cash because I just, I didn't know a lot then. And I was like, okay, I need to have a lot to be able to exchange for currency and whatnot, Philippine peso here. So that's why I came. Now, when I came back the last time, I didn't really bring, hell, I still had Philippine pesos to bring back with me after I'd gone to the US. So yeah, once you learn like I said, I like my setup, PNC, Wise, Gcash. That works perfect. And then just have some backups in place in case, technology does not want to cooperate with you. What are in the leopards coming today? I don't know what that means, Henry. Is that a runway you're on? This is called the Boulevard, the Rizal Boulevard. This is here. I'll give you more of a 360 view. That's the port down there. You can get boats, the ferry boats. That's Cebu. The island of Cebu is right there. That's the island of Siquijor. And beyond that, through the Bohol Sea is Bohol. This is called Rizal Boulevard. It's like a big boardwalk in the US. And this is like very nice brick. So it's not a boardwalk per se made out of wood. But you have the seawall, and this extends all the way down. A lot of people exercise here. When the sun goes down, everybody comes out, social. It's a great place to meet people. They set up random karaoke machines, vendors on the other side. Extends all the way down there. You can take the Ocean Jet boat right there and be in Siquijor in 30 to 40 minutes. Lots to see over there. I see Che's here as well. Hello, Che. Holy crap, debt. I thought, Det, you know what, Det, where in the world have you been? I'm just kidding. I'm sure you have many good reasons as to why you've been MIA, which would be missing in action. Good grief, Det Valones, where in the world? It's been a long time, but I'm sure you have a good excuse or reason. And Lori's here. How much is a 2-bedroom apartment in American currency? My studio was $24,000. Kevin, when he lived at the same place I lived at, which was mine's $400 USD a month. Kevin's lived in the same arena. He had a 1-bedroom studio apartment, so he had an extra bedroom. I'm gonna guess his was like 30,000 pesos. So if my 24 is 400, I don't know. Maybe his was 450, something like that. I'm just guessing. Lori and Mike's condo, maybe. Yeah, see, that's about right. Mine was 400 at 24,000 pesos. Kevin's was 30,000, I think, for studio with another bedroom. His was bigger. So yeah, like Fortune said, more than mine, 400 to 500 maybe. Che's gonna go now. Bye and be safe always. See you, Che. Lori says awesome rent. Exactly. That's one of the biggest perks. And again, I didn't know these things before I came to the Philippines. I didn't know the cost rental apartments were less expensive or rentals for homes. I didn't know that. I learned that after the fact. I was more interested in coming here, warm weather, ocean, stuff like this. That's why I came. And then when I started learning about the cost of living and things being less expensive, that's when I started really thinking like, wow, maybe I could actually retire at 55. And that's kind of how it happened. About Bruce Willis. I'm assuming Bruce Willis is no longer with us. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. A lot of celebrities are just passing away right now, but I guess, you know, from that time era, that's why for me, my health is vital. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I exercise, walk. Obviously, I'm doing it right now. I want to try and live as long as I can healthy. I know I'm not going to live forever. I know that, but I want to be healthy to be able to do the things that I, you know, want to be able to do here. And I always use this analogy. It's like, I want to go to a waterfall, and if I can, like, they have swinging ropes and stuff in the waterfall, you swing and let go. Some people are just physically unable to do it, even at my age. I don't want to be that stuck in that situation where, kind of like playing sports, I don't want to be sitting on the sidelines because I'm not good enough to play. Well, I don't want to be sitting at a waterfall, tropical, adventurous kind of place to be and not be able to do it because I'm physically unable. That would drive me nuts. That would be not something I'd want. How much is an airline ticket? Mayong Muto, 2 more minutes. From Chicago. See, I flew, you know what? The first time I did come to the Philippines, I went Harrisburg, then to Chicago. Can't remember if it was O'Hare, and then it was Chicago to San Francisco. Then it was San Francisco to Taiwan, then Taiwan to Cebu, and then Cebu to Dumaguete. But when I flew back my second time, it was much better. I went Harrisburg, and again, when you fly out of a smaller airport, it's more expensive. I'm more about convenience. I don't care if I have to pay extra. I'm not going to drive 2 hours to Baltimore or an hour and a half to Philadelphia or whatever, especially if I don't have anybody to get me there. So I'm just like, pay the extra money. I'm going for convenience. I went from Harrisburg to Atlanta. Korean Airlines out of Atlanta the whole way to Korea. Best flight I've ever been on. Wait. John Ramos sent me the basketball. Thank you very much, John Ramos, for the basketball gift. I appreciate it. And Josh Wilson is here. Hello, Josh, but thank you John Ramos, thank you so much for your generosity and being here and sharing in my stream in Dumaguete. But yeah, I always like to brag about, I mean, I don't know if anybody else has ever flown Korean Airlines, but from Atlanta the whole way to Korea, I guess it was like, I think it was between 13 and 15 hours to get to Seoul, Korea. Best airline I've ever flown on. Loved it. The Korean people were amazing. The flight attendants, even the food, like trying different types. It was like Korean cuisine. I mean, it was like everything was ran to perfection. The flight attendants were very professional, professionally dressed. They just looked perfect. Like that, they kind of ran their airline the way I remember the American Airlines used to run, and then I think they all fell apart. But yeah, I love that. I will make sure if and when I fly back to the US, I'm definitely taking the Korean Airlines on the way back. Colin says, I flew from Dublin to London, Heathrow, then to Malaysia, then to Manila. Back to the streets. You guys don't need to see me. Det says, I miss the gang. You know what, Det? I've been wondering about you. I was like, where in the world is this guy at? And I'm sorry, you probably said where you've been. John Ramos, thank you so much. Like I said again, I can't say I remember you if you've been here before. Some people come to the live stream, they just like to watch. They don't say hello or tell us where they're from, and that's okay. But I'm glad, you know, despite the super gift or whatever, I appreciate you just being here. Kuya Aline says, hello, Idol. Hello, Kuya Aline. Cher says, at Josh, yeah, because I subs to Cast as well. Yes, KC, Cher. I'm not going down that way. There's an accident. Somebody looks like they're, oh boy. I'm not going down there. So accidents do happen. There's a car and some lady laying in the street, and I'm not going to put that on. Some people like to just get their phones out and record stuff like that. I don't do that. I just pray and right now and hope that individual's okay, but I don't know what's going on down there. We got Phil. Hey, Phil Goodyear. I remember you. Hello from Northern Cal. I'm a Kuya. Appreciate you being here. Henry says, shout out. Hey, Mayung, hop on now. Adding. Lori said, what is the coolest month and what would be the temperature? Actually, I think the best month is probably normally, but I felt like rain season went a little longer this year, and maybe Fortune, a lifer here, could speak to this, but I felt like rain season compared to last year when I was here, rain season ended more on schedule. And this year it seemed like it's extended into January and February. But I think a lot of people say the best months are like after the new year up until maybe like April. And then it like their summer really hot kicks in. But Fortune might be able to speak to that. Green Man, no, this is Dumaguete, Philippines, not Tel Aviv. John Ramos says, yes, I've been here before, just not often. I think I must have turned off the notifications. Well, that's good that you're here now, John Ramos. I appreciate, like I said, your generosity just being here is more than enough. And if you're, like I said to a lot of people, if you're not a subscriber to my channel and you're interested in supporting an American from the United States named Michael, who's living abroad here in the Philippines, is sharing just daily life. I do these live streams 3 days a week. Sometimes I throw in an extra on the weekend if I'm really in the mood. And videos randomly come when I have something that I feel is interesting or entertaining. I'm not one to just throw in random videos of just, I don't know, stuff that I wouldn't watch. Then there's stuff that I might not watch either. But either way, I appreciate you being here, John Ramos. Philly Goodyear says, hi, at home, I think. Fortune says Colin MH370. Lori says Fortune you something. Dawn says I flew 367 last year, no troubles, LOL. Fortune said January, February is the coldest. Yeah, and that's what I thought. And I just, like I said, I think it seemed like rain season typhoon season kind of lingered on a little longer than it normally would. Lori says, you work hard, you deserve payment. I will send one soon. Mark Keller, hey, Mark Keeler says, how you doing, Michael? I'm doing good, Mark. The question is, how are you? And the fact that you're here means the world to me. And like I said, I would be remiss if I didn't thank people for always taking the time to hang out with me here in my live streams while I'm walking around in Dumaguete. Lori says, thank you for all the info. Hinai says, I'm in the Philippines. Carlin says, I flew with Malaysian Airlines. Thank God the plane I was on did not disappear. Wonder what happened to that plane. Strange. Yeah, there's a lot of strange things going on in the world right now. But I think God has a plan and we'll be all right. What's the temperature in January and February? I'd say lower 80s. You know, it's always between 80 and 90 here. But like I said, the last 2 weeks or so, it's gotten very much cooler at night where you can open the windows. It's cool enough at night to, yeah, like you can just run a fan. Now, when I go to sleep is the only time I run the aircon when I'm sleeping. That's it. You know, go to bed at between 9 and 10 and be back up like 6. And then turn the aircon off, open the windows, open the door to get a draft through the room, and I'm good to go. Lori says, thank you. John is asking me a favorite island. Man, I haven't been to many here in the Philippines. I mean, I love it where I'm at here right now. But if you're talking ocean-related, beach, scenery, tropical, I mean, Siquijor is very nice. You know, I've been there. I've been to Cebu, but not enough. Palawan's the place I want to go to. I want to go to Palawan. I would say, from what I've seen, not physically been there, I'd say Palawan is the most beautiful island in all the Philippines. But Camigan Island, I heard, is nice. Boracay, I heard, is nice. You know, as far as other locations to go. Davao, I've heard, is not. I mean, there's probably too many to even mention. You know, there's just so many. But personally, for me, I want to go to Mayong Hapon. Personally, I want to go Mayong Hapon. Personally, I want to go to Palawan. That's where I want to go. I've seen enough of that through videos and everything to be like, you don't got to twist my arm. That's where I want to go. And it's crazy too because Palawan's not in the Ring of Fire. So there's like apparently no earthquakes there. I don't think if there's volcanic activity there. It's just kind of like this beautiful paradise that's outside of the Ring of Fire, which is interesting. And if you don't know what the Ring of Fire is, Google it. There's a lot of, it covers a big area, and if you're within the Ring of Fire, that's where earthquakes and all that other stuff kind of take place. But thank goodness there haven't been a lot of earthquakes lately. Thankful for that. Yeah, Siquijor is by the fast ferry. Roberto Perez says, is there an American Navy station? Is Subic Bay that place? I know people mention Subic Bay all the time. Lori says, okay, Fortune. Fortune says, Siquijor is by fast ferry. Yeah, 30 to 40 minutes. There's a lot to see in Siquijor. Like I said, there's always so much rice. I mean, I can honestly, I just eat rice. It could be any of these, but I never realized there were so many different types of rice. I never even realized there were so many different types of bananas. I think I've seen 5 or 6 different banana types here in the Philippines. Lee Cabs, hello Lee. You know what, Lee? I gotta take care of you too. Lee Cabs, you are now blue. Lee Cabs, I appreciate you being here. Lee Cabs is going to say it's very hot. For me, I think it feels good. I don't remember the last time I've said anything was too hot. I'm trying to remember where Che was trying to tell me there's a place where I can get the torta. I don't think it's at this store. I think it's up one more. Yeah, there's a place she said that they sell the torta or binca. It's basically like a muffin, but it's really good. And the best one I had was actually in Siquijor. I guess there's a specific way they bake these tortas. Binca looks like a muffin, but it's just, that's as far as I go when it comes to eating treats and donuts and anything like that. I'm very strict. Lori says, it looked like you went through a flea market. Yeah, this is the public market. Dawn says, do I like the big city? I wouldn't consider here a big city. And when I was in Bacolod, that's a big city. I don't like the big city. This is more like a town. Now I'm going to see. All right, she said across from all the clothing, she said is the place to get the torta. It's like on the corner. I'm not going to buy it now, but I think it's probably right in there. Maybe that's it. I don't see tortas, but I think it's like in this corner. Mayung hapon. I'm gonna ask her. Hey, do you know where they sell torta, binca? Do they sell them? No, nowhere in here. No. Okay, next time I look for one. But thank you. I like them. They're very good. Thank you. Amping. I think Che said somewhere down in there, but I don't want to go down in there because I'll probably lose the signal. Subic Bay is a former, U.S. Navy base. No more U.S. bases here, but we have the EDCA with U.S. that allows them to use our bases. It's becoming like a de facto U.S. basis. Thank you for that. As always, Master Fortune, my friend. I don't know what I'd do without you. I really don't. Dad says, I want to visit Palawan too. And I don't blame you. I mean, I heard it's from here. It's not like the easiest, I guess. Traveling is not very convenient or direct from here. I guess there's a lot of bouncing around you have to do to get there. But again, I don't care. It's like I don't have to be anywhere in a hurry. I'm retired. I'll get there when I get there. And that's kind of the mindset. I mean, if you allow yourself to get that mindset, is you just don't stress anymore. You don't worry about things. You don't sweat the small stuff. You get there when you get there. If there's traffic, oh well, you get there when you get there. Yes, Lori, Fortune lives here. He doesn't live in Dumaguete, but yes, he's a full-fledged Filipino. He's loaded with knowledge. I don't know if Fortune does. I don't know if there's anything he doesn't know. Especially, hey, Mayung Mahapon. Philly Goodyear says, peace and profits. Fortune, hold on. Your savior on the battlefield. I have to go, man. God bless. Hey, and your savior on the battlefield. Sorry if I missed you earlier. As I always say, I apologize if I don't get all your comments and questions. Walking, paying attention to traffic, saying hello to people, and then I get hung up on one comment or question, and I fall way behind. But I appreciate your time, your generosity with your time here, supporting me, and just being along with me on my walks. Like I said, this is what I do. I live to walk, I walk to live, and there's nothing more energizing than being in a completely different country, halfway around the world, meeting amazing people. And again, I was already a walker anyway, but now it's even 1,000 times better. Just because there's something new to see, there's people to talk to. I don't get tired of walking, although I'm walking slow, but to me, this is like the simple things in life. This is how you embrace a culture. This is how you learn and understand, and you put yourself right with them. They're, like I said, amazingly nice, kind, welcoming people here in Dumaguete. City of gentle people, or as I like to say, I take it up a notch, the city of gentle souls. This can be a little challenging going through here a little bit. It's like the side road that I go up and down every road for the most part. Det says I missed the Karen Darius, I think you said. I apologize, Det. You know me, I'm still learning. Keika GC channel says hello, hi, miso, they. And again, if you're new to my channel, my name's Michael. Living abroad here in Dumaguete, Philippines, from the United States. What can I tell you? I'm 55 years of age. I will be, very soon, my birthday's coming, it's not important. I will be going up one more year to 56. Yes, I'm officially retired. I'm completely living on my pension and savings. That's what I'm living on here in the Philippines. And what else? I'm born and raised in Pennsylvania, if you're new. Altoona was my birth city, Altoona, PA. Lived in Pennsylvania, Mechanicsburg, Altoona, basically all my life, with the exception of 2 years. I lived in Florida, which I prefer. I'm a warm weather guy, which explains why I'm here. And that's about it. And then I came to the Philippines in July of 2024, and I love it here. And I'm still here. Went home one time just because I had to take care of some things when I decided, hey, get my pension rolling and I can do it, and I can live here and be happy and walk every day and do whatever I want, whenever I want, and throw in the amazing people. It just makes it even a million times better. So yeah, I'm happy. Mayung hapon. Amping, all three. What is it? Yeah, see you. Lori says, I have to get to sleep. Good. Sleep is good for you. I will never tell anybody to sacrifice or sleep to hang out with me. I always recommend everybody should get 8 hours of sleep every night, because that's when your body goes to work, takes care of things that need worked on. And basically the more hours you take away from that, that's not good. You need 8 hours, at least. Pinay Heart says, thank you, Kuya. Phil Goodyear. Lori says, oh yeah, you had to get to sleep. Fortune says, Lori, Duma City is a university city, so they have good hospitals there and medicine schools, but admittedly better healthcare in Bacolod, Cebu. Yeah, it is better. The bigger the city, the better the healthcare. I mean, I even have friends that live here in the Philippines, and they have other, medical conditions that need more professional help and better attention, care, and they go to Thailand to address some things. So, yeah, the bigger the city, the better. That's why, again, it goes back. Why is health so important to me? Why do I exercise? Why do I care about what I diet? Because I don't want to have to go to the doctors or the hospital, and I don't. And I'm going to do everything I can, at least to my knowledge and in my power, to prevent that from happening. I don't know. I just wouldn't enjoy it very much if I had health issues in such a beautiful country and I couldn't. Hey, Mayung hapon. Yeah, I wouldn't be happy if I couldn't enjoy these things. Sitting in a room. I just couldn't. Wouldn't be for me. So I don't need much motivation to get out and walk and to do those things to begin with. But when you start getting older, or you see your mother and father, or just things, there's other things that motivate me and take it to a whole other level. I just keep going. I do have to get coconut water soon, though. I do have to do that. Buku juice. Zcan says, after smoking, lack of sleep is second for aging faster. Yeah, I think there's a lot of things that if you're putting stuff in you that's not very healthy, it's going to deteriorate and break down those things that you're basically, call it whatever you want, poisoning it. I don't know. You're hurting it, So it's not able to function in an optimal way. Yeah, it's going to start breaking down, especially as you get older. So, yeah, I mean, maybe there's reasons. You know, I meet a lot of people say, Michael, what's your age? And I tell them, and they don't see it. I don't see it either, because once I start meeting people that are my same age, and they look older. They do. Not everyone, but they do. I don't know what they're doing or not doing, but I know what works for me. I'm going to keep doing it. Yeah, there's sour -1. I'll give you $20 for 20 push-ups. You were here before for that joke. Well, I did that night live stream. It was funny. I'll never forget his name, his account name. It was something troll something. So I should have known better. But when he challenged me to 20 push-ups, and then he said, hey, I'll give you $20. I said, not until I see it, you know. And it was so funny. And then, Mayung Hapon. They turn around and give me the peace sign. So when he sent me 20, but it was in some other currency, but it was 20.00. So it did look like 20 something. And I figured, okay, even if it's not exactly $20 USD, it's something. Well, later it was 22 cents, but that's all right. It was funny. I had a good sense of humor about it, and you know, it was funny. I didn't see him again, or her. I don't know who it was, but yeah, it was funny. Oh, wow. RZMHTS says, I'm from just above Harrisburg, but I love going to Strawberry Square and IMAX in the Capitol. Yeah, I'm familiar with Strawberry Square, downtown Harrisburg. I'm very familiar. I haven't been there in a while. I'm so happy here, though, I'll admit it. I don't miss anything other than like my family and stuff like that. Nothing compares to, for me, this is what I like. Warm weather, tropical islands, great culture, great people here. I don't miss anything about downtown Harrisburg. Although when I was younger, you know, I did what a lot of people do, meet my friends out. Haven't had a sip of alcohol in over, probably going on 30 years now. It's been a while. It's been so long, I don't even remember. But welcome from where you live near Harrisburg. That's really cool. A small world. Halfway around the world. I'm 12 hours into the future. I'm 12 hours ahead of you. Colin says weird. Oops, retracted. There's a Rose Pharmacy. Yeah, I did pass it. I'm sure you saw. There's actually another one down here too. There's a lot, and like I said, pharmacies, coffee shops, like little shopping. Always, like I said, tons of places to eat food. Like I said, that's the pizza place that I just did my little short from. Tried that for the first time the other day. It was good. Medium-sized pizza with pepperoni and a bottle of water with 300 pesos. That's like, I don't know, 5 something USD, $5 and some change USD. Ubeck is here, says, hey Michael, good to see you again, long time no see. Yeah, I've seen you though more recently. Det Valones is the one showing up that's been missing, MIA. I'm glad he came back. I was like, it's weird. Show up in your live streams, which I'm blessed and thankful. It's funny how I actually remember, or I notice when people that are always here aren't here. You would think, you know, my memory would not allow me to remember that as much, but I do. It's really cool. Colin says, weird, saw that McDonald's sign and now I'm hungry. Yeah, you got one right across the street. You got your McDonald's. I don't eat that food. I stay away from Mayong hapon, mayong hapon. Oh, mayong hapon. But yeah, McDonald's, Chow King. Here's a Rose Pharmacy right there. Rose Pharmacy. So you got one there, and then you got the infamous Jollibees that everybody goes to. You got the Jollibee. I tried it, but I don't eat fast food. It has to be a last resort. Hey, good afternoon, Bellis. How you doing, my friend? Lee Plaza. And then you got a Grace Pharmacy. Goldilocks, which is cakes and stuff. I don't eat that. Dunkin' Donuts, I don't eat that. But this is where I was shopping and got my shirt yesterday. Go on the Lee Plaza, convenient mall. They have like designer name brand stuff if that's your thing and what you're looking for. Fortune says not as big as the 3, but also good. XX Cherry also, hey, Mayung Hapon. No, I'm good. They don't realize I like to walk. I walk a lot. Mayung Hapon. I think a lot of foreigners probably take tricycles, maybe. I don't. Occasionally, very rarely do I take. Fortune says the big names are Mercury, Watson's, and South Star Drug. Yeah, I never saw a South Star, just Mercury and Watson's. Yeah, like I said, that was back there was Rose. There's another, I'll show you Watson's. But yeah, there's a lot of places that you can, like I said, here it's about convenience. That's the biggest thing for me here in Dumaguete. It's convenience, but yet you're not engulfed by this big city. Like you can see beyond the buildings. It's not like major skyscraper type things. I don't need that. I've seen all the cities I want to see back home. But yeah, this is Greenwich Pizza. A lot of people like the pizza here. One of 2 unitops. I'm gonna go towards go get some coconut water. That's the direction I'm gonna go. And then I'll show you another, there's another pharmacy down that way. Colin says, night folks, and hopefully be back in the Philippines one day. Good, that's good to hear. I hope so someday. Lee Cab says, thank you much, dear, for your blue jacket. No problem, Lee Cabs, you know. I gotta, you know, that's the least I can do. When you show that you're a good person, and I know that keep the community good here in my live streams, that's usually when I do it. Sometimes I forget. So anybody that's been here that I didn't give you a blue jacket, but yet you are a good person, I haven't forgotten about you. Sometimes I just, again, a lot of distractions, live stream, holding this, walking, saying hello to people. But yeah, I'm going towards the coconut water place. But you see, it's easy for me to walk right here. I walk too fast. If I'm on the sidewalk, it's too slow for me. I still have that American speed in me, I guess. I wouldn't say I'm impatient, but I just like going at a certain pace. But that's what everybody does here. You kind of create your own path. I create the path of least resistance. Lee Cab says, I'm just chilling here, dear host, while I'm wrestling from work anyway. Lee Cabs, again, I appreciate you being a new subscriber the other day, and I appreciate your coming back. Again, without you guys, my channel is nothing. And maybe it is still nothing. I don't know. But again, you guys, hey, Mayung Hapon. I was told you can have coconut waters per day. I've never drank more than one big whole coconut. That's a lot in one. Maybe, I mean, when I would get coconut water at home, the best I could find, most natural like, was like in those little, look like a cardboard paper kind of bottle box thing. I would drink a couple of them a day, but they were smaller. But they're nothing like a real coconut. Not even close. The natural sweetness, the freshness of when they cut open that coconut and you drink that, nothing comes close to that. Fortune says, Jollibee owns Chow King, Greenwich, Red Robin, and Mang Inasal. Oh, wait. What did you say? Michael, when you pass the church, turn right and go straight, real street, you get the coconut place if you can sit and take your time drinking. Casey says fresh coconut water is good, and cucumber. Yeah, that's good too. Like I always tell people, like even if you get watermelon and you juice the watermelon, because obviously the majority of watermelon's water, you can mix watermelon, lemon juice, coconut water, mix all that together. That's Gatorade. That's like real Gatorade. That other Gatorade, not that I've never drank Gatorade, but that's garbage. Yeah, you are right. I am making it right here. I'm just making sure there aren't any other places I had to go by. But yeah, you know exactly where I'm at, Nihal. So yeah, Nihal, I got you. Fortune says BPI is third biggest bank. Ahead are BDO and Metro Bank. Yeah, BDO. And then there's a Mercury. Hello. Up here is the Mercury that I will pass on the way to the coconut water stand, which is, then on the right, you'll see I'm going right past the public market again. No to infuse flavored drinks. Yeah, it's just like, I'm all about natural, real stuff, real sugar that comes naturally in fruits and everything. Fructose syrup and all that other stuff is junk. Sorry, but that's the way I feel. It's all junk. Not healthy, for it's harmful. CKN said coconut water has a low sugar count, about 9 to 12 grams per serving. And that's good to know, because I don't know if it was you, CKN, or somebody brought up earlier about how is it okay for someone that has type 2 diabetes to drink coconut water. I'd certainly say it would be a lot better and healthier to drink natural, fresh coconut water than the pasteurized stuff. Because again, anytime something gets pasteurized, you're killing the healthy, the good nutritional ingredients. I don't know if it's killing all of it, but it gets rid of a lot. You know, it's the same thing with milk. If I'm gonna drink milk, I'm drinking raw milk. I know the shelf life isn't long on it, but I'm drinking raw milk. There's nothing in there to be afraid of. They're drinking raw milk forever and nobody had issues, and all of a sudden, oh no, you can't drink raw milk. I don't buy that. Give me raw milk, give me raw grass-fed butter, give me everything. It's natural. I don't want anything it's got boiled or heated or any of that stuff. There's a Jollibee in Scotland. Mercury is the #1 drugstore. Mike, have you ever passed an RCBC bank? I will keep a look at that. I don't think I've ever seen, what is it, BDO, BPI? Like, I don't think I've ever seen an RSBC, or maybe there just wasn't that many of them and I just didn't remember. Now I'm safe. I got the Filipino walking beside, so I'm safe. I go now. Yes, KC Share, no to sugar. I know it can be difficult when you're buying certain things that are pre-made by somebody else to avoid all bad sugar. It's kind of difficult. I like to call the food that I prefer to eat is the cleanest possible, all natural, but I get it. Sometimes it is difficult. Ultimately, a lot of the reasons why people use harmful ingredients is because it's cheaper than the stuff that's good for you. Again, I've preached about that before. Usually what's healthiest for you is the most expensive. That should tell you everything you need to know. Mayong hapon. Yeah, that should tell you everything you need to know. Yes, it's more expensive for better ingredients, but it's also better for you. But to each his own, do what you want. And, you know, we live and die with our decisions in life. Do you like durian? Don, I've never tried durian. Not yet. I haven't tried it. Where's all my friends? They're not here. All my normal. Mayong hapon. You got... He's not smiling. There you go. Just one. Just one. Yeah. I don't see my normal friends here today. I don't know where they're at. Only one, RSBC. Michael enjoying coconut drink, the dong grinding services, Dumaguete, Negros Oriental. Hey, SFM Mobiles, that's okay. Sorry for being absent. Stop by. Kids play hockey spring break, so constant driving, but they're having fun. It's all good, my friend. You got to do what you can do. If you're here, great. If not, it's okay. JKK says, hello, Mike. Yeah, it is a new staff. Like I said, I don't reckon these are all new guys. I don't know what happened to my friends. They're all, maybe they quit. I don't know. Maybe it's this new. Wow, that's a big one. That's full. Woo. Look at that baby. That's a big one. Like you can see, it's full. Now you said drinking 2 of these a day. 1 of these is good enough. Very, just right. Like not too sweet, it's just perfect. Perfectly good. Whoops, the straw is gonna blow away. I better drink this. Yeah, pet food I'm sure is expensive in the Philippines. Good night, my friend. Have a good walk. Thank you, Possum. Just kicking back some very good. This is a big boy. That's a big one. Yes, cheers, feel good. Oh, a lot of dust from the coconut grinder. I gotta stand over here. Some powder coming out of that machine, blowing all over the place. Ooh, that's a lot. Yeah, I wish I could get Meta Ray-Bans and Bluetooth. That would be definitely a technology upgrade for me. Hands-free, just in my glasses. As long as I could use them to see also. My lenses are progressive lenses. Epic Labs says, what do you do for entertainment there? I'm entertained from the minute I wake up, going for a simple walk, being in the sunshine, talking to people and friends. Again, when I take a trip, that's great. That's icing on the cake. Go to a beach, go to a waterfall, whatever. But I'm perfectly content just getting up and just living life. Simpleness, man. I don't know how to explain it. I never thought that this would be entertaining enough, but it simply is for me right now, if that makes sense. The only thing I'm having trouble with, there's coconut meat that fell in there and it's getting stuck in the straw. Yeah, at my pit stop. No Marks and Spencers there. I don't think so. Evan says, hello, just want to say hi to you. Haven't been here for a long time, months. Enjoying you today. Glad to see the good weather. Very busy today. Yes, it is, but never a dull moment. See, look at all the sour mangoes. That's the way to travel. Cart on wheels. Yeah, they only honk just to let you know they're there, to bring attention. You're sliding. Yeah, I'm done with this. I can't. Thank you. My own amping. Yeah, I don't know where the other crew's at. Maybe they all quit. Or maybe they got in trouble doing something. I don't know. I haven't seen them in a while. I'm gonna go down this way. But there could be other coconut places that I can check out too. I'm almost positive that's not the only one that's here. Yo, Michael, are there pool halls in Dumaguete? I mean, like a 4x8. Yeah, there's actually a pool hall right up the street from my apartment, maybe 2 blocks away. It's funny you asked that because, yeah, there's like 1, 2, 3, I think there's 4 regular size pool tables. It's like a sport bar, kind of like pool hall. It's basically playing pool and listening to music. So yeah, there is one of those. I gotta get some of this dust off the screen. Hold on, whatever they were grinding. I'm done drinking that coconut. Evan, I finished that. I didn't know you said that looked like they was carrying Filipino beer. Maybe they might have been drinking some Red Horse. There's Red Horse and that one other popular kind here that they drink. I don't really remember because I don't drink. But Red Horse is the beer. Tanduay. Hey, Mayong Hapon. Tanduay is the liquor that they like. And then there's even stronger Tanduay long neck. Yeah, it's really crazy traffic here today. I don't know what this person's doing. I don't know. I gotta get around it. Path of least resistance. That's where I'm doing. That's where I'm going. But yeah, like I said, but it's Friday. I have to remember that. It is Friday. Mayong Hapon. That was probably the best. Yeah, that's like crazy traffic right now. Yeah, a little bit. They happen here. But that's the advantage of walking. I don't have to sit in it. Sometimes there's traffic jams. I get places quicker than they do. No motorbike. Shoe Leather Express. Wicked van. I don't know which one. There's a lot. That's the most comfortable tricycle to ride in. Those newer, I don't know what. But yeah, there's a lot of vans here. This one, well, I guess this was a van and they made the back. I think a lot of these I've seen are like Suzuki's. Yeah, that's Suzuki because it has the Suzuki logo. And then all the jeepneys. This is like one of the locations they take people for a ride. Oops, she's jumping out. Maybe I'm going around the other way. Mayong Hapon. Yeah, the one was a jeepney. Yeah, I didn't mean to say jeep, if that's what it sounded like. They call it a jeepney or something like that. Lee Cab says, what about the red wine, dear host? I've heard that again. I'll just drink grape juice without the fermentation, I guess. I don't want to drink anything that could affect my brain. Alcohol affects my brain, so that's probably why I don't drink it. And Lee, you can just call me Michael. Lee, you don't need to call me host. That makes me sound like I'm somebody's, I don't know. I'm just Michael. You can just call me Michael. Lee, Lee Cabs. Boy, that was a busy street. Yeah, just a little bit. Casey's laughing. Evan says, what's going on in this part of the world? Crazy. I bet it's great to be there. No worries. I don't have any worries. I just choose not to. Even if there was something that I needed to or should worry about, my attitude ever since coming to the Philippines, I'm just like, I choose happiness. I choose to be happy. If a situation presents itself that I have to whatever, I'll be fine. I'm not worried about it. And for me, I know God's got me. You know what I mean? I give it all to Him, and I'll be okay. That's basically my mindset. I'll be okay. I'm trying to see. Evan says, I wish I was there. I wish you were here too. I wish people that have never had the opportunity to even be in Asia or travel halfway around the world, I wish you could do it. Whether you can or you can't, or you're a little nervous about doing it, I wish everybody could just see another part of the world that's never maybe even been out of the U.S. It's very humbling, makes you appreciate the life that maybe you did or didn't have. And yeah, I wouldn't change anything about me deciding to coming here to the Philippines. I wouldn't change one thing, because it changed my life in so many positive ways. I say it all the time because it's true. I've never felt so good in my life, all aspects of it. Physically, mentally, emotionally, I don't know. I know sunlight is good for you because it fights against depression too. Kind of makes sense when, like, why does everybody always seem to be the happiest in life a lot of times in the summertime? Maybe because you're in the sunshine more. At least that's the way I look at it. PM Vlog Mumbai says hello. Don says, do you cook your own food? Yes, I do, Don. If my Philippine is not cooking it, I'm cooking it. I'm very self-sufficient. I love to cook. And the fact that I've always loved to cook, I'm good at it, because I know that, because a lot of people, when I would make food back in the States, would ask me to make extra or bring them, extra of whatever I made, and they all loved it. And that sounds about right. Usually what people enjoy doing, most of the time they're good at it. In most cases, I guess. But that's all but the most important thing. If you enjoy doing it, chances are it's going to be good. Now, I don't know if Josh is here, but my man Josh, he makes me laugh because he struggles in the kitchen. His stuff usually goes from the kitchen counter. He said his experiments cooking, and it goes from the kitchen counter right to the garbage can. PM Vlog says, bro, I'm Indian vulgar. Okay. Casey says, it's normal to cook healthy food you like, not too fancy. Exactly. Then Don says, nice, bro. Overlord is here. Says, have you learned to cook Filipino recipes? If I had to, I could do it. Normally, I don't cook Philippine food for myself. Che will do that. She's the expert. She enjoys doing it. You kind of don't want to mess up that thing. But when she's not cooking and I'm on my own, I kind of eat the same things. I like beef, any type of beef, chicken. I eat a lot of eggs. Eggs are the most nutrient-dense food in the world. Eggs, eggs, and eggs. And then I like vegetables and fruit. I kind of eat everything. PM Vlog says, I subscribe to your channel. I appreciate it. I don't understand what you're saying. Oh, you said, please support me. You mean support me. Beck says, don't order food from outside if you don't trust. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, at least I know when I'm cooking my own food. When I'm cooking my own food, I know what's in it because I'm picking. Now, are the ingredients a little, the ones I would use back in the States, a little, they're not as readily available as they were back in the States? Yeah. But you can get salt from Amazon, even though I don't know how they don't consider that food. But I use sea salt. I use, if I can find a good mineral salt, there's many brands that I prefer. Grass-fed butter when you can get it and find it. I'm simple though, food, you know, and I eat rice. I know rice is life. I don't eat a ton of it. I don't eat it every day. I'll eat it. But I don't like, in America, it's just like, you know how it is. You eat a big portion of meat and then you have smaller sides. Here, you have a big portion of rice and then smaller of the meat or the fish. Mayung, up on. Yeah, you have smaller, you know, whatever the protein is. So it's like the rice portion's huge and then the meat or fish is little. Where me, I like a lot of meat and small sides. But that's just the way it is. You know, it's no big deal. People eat what they want to eat, and obviously rice has been around forever. And the only thing I learned about rice, well, a while ago, was that it's actually very good for digestion, believe it or not. So that's a plus. That's a good thing. Anything that can aid in digestion is like a good thing. Epic Lab says, I enjoy grains more than meat, and that's good. That's your, you know, or like, but I got to get protein, even if it's eggs, you know. I just, you know, I'm not a raw, like bloody meat kind of guy. I got to have it cooked. And chicken, yeah, I like to have meat in some fashion. That's just me. I like soup too, Don. Like, I like soups. I like a really good chicken corn soup. I also like chili. You make some good chili, I eat that. SFN Mobile says, hey, Michael, should get one for your Meta Ray-Ban and the mic. I shop Amazon, but I have great deals on Meta glasses. Do you have prescription? Yes, I do. It's only for reading. These are, let's talk this real quick. These are my Ray-Bans. They're progressive lenses, and I'm sure you know what they're for. They're only simply for the small print, but they serve, I can see far, you know, I don't, you know, I'm whatever, far-sighted, I guess. So I only need these for reading, but they, you know, tint for the sun and stuff like that. I didn't want reading glasses or taking them on and off. I wanted to be able to leave them on, especially when I'm doing these live streams. So like you said, you should get one for you, Meta Ray-Ban and the mic. Do you have? So yeah, these are progressive. So I don't know how that would work, but that'd be awesome if I could do hands-free with the glasses. Yeah. Hold on, I'll show the ocean better than looking at me. Dawn says, great sky here. Wow. Yeah, I mean, it's stunning. And the breeze feels very good to me. Very, very good. And then we got, Ben is here. Says, hello, Michael. Good afternoon. Long time no see, Ben. But I get it. You're here in the Philippines now. Enjoying your life. Yes, even the ocean is beautiful today. I think the ocean's beautiful every day. PM Vlogs, I see you. Hello. Epic Labs. This spot is beautiful. It reminds me of Final Fantasy. You mean the game, Epic Labs, Final Fantasy? I'm assuming that's what you mean. The game. Nihal says, eating rice is cheaper and meat products are expensive. That is true. That is true. But I don't care. I'm going to eat meat regardless. Arden says, whoops, do you like steak? What kind of steak do you like? Do you like tomahawk? Arden, my favorite steak is ribeye. If I have a choice to choose, it's ribeye. That's my favorite. Not too soft, not too tough. happy in between, good flavor. Yeah, ribeye is my favorite steak. I have not had steak here since been in the Philippines. I have not had steak. I don't even miss it. I'd never really, steak, my brother could cook a steak really, really good. So I just never made much steak even when I was at home. Somebody's been, Colin says, say red meat is not good for diabetes, especially sausage. I don't know about red meat in regards to diabetes. I personally don't like it. I need medium well. As long as it's juicy and not bloody, if you can somehow make that, I'm happy. Patrick says, it's hot here in Angeles City, Pampanga. I mean, it's hot, but like I said, I can't look at the weather. I think it's maybe 84, 85, maybe a little higher. The humidity is definitely less right now than it was yesterday after all the rain we got here in Dumaguete. But when you're by the water, you have this breeze. It always feels good. It always feels good to me. Daniel Castro says the wave and the hearts. Hello, Daniel. Casey said rice is expensive now. We Filipinos like pasta, pancit, and breads as well. But again, I eat stuff like that in moderation, Casey. But I'm sure I could probably get away with it a little more because I walk so much every day. Like no matter what, as soon as I eat some, it probably just disintegrates, burns up. I could probably get away with it. I mean, I'm putting in 10 miles plus a day walking. After this, I will get more water, hydrate myself, and then I'll be walking all through here, wherever. I get my miles in. But the breeze, yeah, like I said, sometimes it's not good for you guys. This is just a little refresher for me to come by the water. It's beautiful, but it feels good to me because, like I said, this backpack, this retains a little sweat. My shirt is soaked. The sea always looks very calm. Every time you come here, fishing would be great. I know a lot of people love to fish here. But it can be choppy here and rough. I mean, it's not always, as calm. Ben says, I'm in Davao City now. I came here for the baptism of my friend's son. That's great to hear. So I assumed your friend would be Filipino, Ben. Maybe or maybe not. Patrick says, I once took 2 weeks vacation, did not go out and played Final Fantasy VII. Yeah, my days of video games are over. I think the last time I played video games, which was a very long time ago, I'm a big fan of the role-playing game Elder Scrolls Morrowind, if anybody cares or you're familiar. But Colin says, coldish in Dublin. Okay, God bless for now. SFM says, do you have that step gadget? My wife has one concert stuff. Basically, it's in my phone. It's the whatchamacallit device that's in your phone. Keeps track of all my steps, my miles, my distance, everything. I did have an Apple Watch. I don't know what it was. It was one of the earlier series. You don't really need it. It got outdated, and I just didn't want to wear a watch. I had a phone and a watch. I'm like, do I need both? And at the time, you needed to link the watch with the phone to be able to use one or the other for certain things. I was just like, why do I even have both? The phone was more than enough. But yeah, it counts. You go to the health app right in your phone, and it shows you everything. Evim says, cooler there than where I'm at. It's 93 today. My AV is still on. It's 11 p.m. here, 80 at night. We're having a heat wave, bizarre weather for March. Weird. Hey, you know me, I'll take the warm over anything cool. Lee Cap says, yeah, see you again, guys. Stay safe, everyone. Good night, America, that's for sure. I'm good with the outdoor activities, just that when I'm at home, stayed inside my room, working online. Patrick says, how much were these? The frames by itself, without the prescription lenses, 150, 160, something like that. I got them on Amazon. KC says, I just came from Boracay last week. That's somewhere I'd like to visit. I haven't gotten there yet. Someday. Lee Cabs, good night from Evans. Epic Lag says, any mountains there? Oh, well, you might be able to see it. And there's a mountain right there. You can see right through there. Valencia Mountains, they're behind these buildings. But yeah, there's mountains. There are mountains here. I should try to send you those meta glasses and you could see if you can get them how you need it done. Figure something out though. Dude, that would be awesome. You'd have to let me know how much something like that costs and stuff like that. And if it would be worth my while. Like I said, you obviously know more about it than I do. Yeah, I would definitely need it to be prescription. Yeah, I don't know how that would work. I guess you'd wear the glasses and then just follow the comments on the phone. Somehow that would link. But that would be interesting. I mean, I appreciate anything you can share with me when it comes to that. Oh, there are mountains there. Yep, you go up in the mountains, it gets cooler. Art Park says 25 years later, when those same people were older, there were major reduction of incidences of cancer and similar illnesses. That's some trivia, that's for sure. During World War II, there was a complete blockade of the Netherlands and people were eating tulip bulbs and anything grown anywhere because there was no meat anywhere. That's interesting. John Ramos says, what would a medium rental price be for one person? John, that's a very good question. And John, this is what I'm going to ask you to do. After I end my live stream here, or you can do it now, go to my channel. It's like one of the top recent videos. There's videos, live stream, shorts. Go to my videos. I do an apartment, quick, unprofessional tour of my apartment and what I pay in USD and what comes with it. You can find less expensive, you can find just as nice, you can find bigger. There's all different options when it comes to rentals. But mine would give you an idea, just a little idea. So John, if you check out that video and watch, it's only like 10 minutes long. It'll give you an idea of what I have. Again, it's not the cheapest you can find in the Philippines. It's not the most expensive. It's not the biggest. It's not the smallest. This has everything I need. Bed, shower, kitchen area, swimming pool, gym. And I don't really even need those because honestly, if I have a choice, I'll swim in the ocean before I swim in a pool. And I want to get more free weight dumbbells and keep them in my apartment. I'd rather use my own personal stuff, not a lot. And just to stay, I'm not a big fan of gyms because of germs. So John Ramos, check that out. If you ever have free time, check that video out. Thank you, John. I see you there. And it shows his nice apartment, says Evan. John says, right. Hold on. Breha, Bill Nye. Who's Bill Nye? I guess I look like somebody. A lot of people think I look like Vanilla Ice, the freaking John Gruden, to Lane Kiffin, to, I don't know, FBI agent. I don't know. Patrick says, Boracay is on my list, but the Sierra Madre Mountains and Aurora is next for me. SFN says, I have an Android, so my Meta glasses won't work for my device. It all depends on what device you use. I have Apple. I use iPhone, if that helps. Evan, I am very happy and glad to be living here. Very, very happy. And if anybody's still here, say hello if you haven't said hello. I know some people just like to watch and stay quiet in the background, but you're more than welcome to say hello. Let us know where you're from. My name's Michael from the USA, living here in Dumaguete, Philippines. Give me a like if you haven't given me a like. It helps my channel and I greatly appreciate it. And if you're not a subscriber also, you're always free to subscribe, support my channel. Anytime and anything you guys do for me, I appreciate your generosity all the time. I couldn't do it without you. So whenever you guys thank me, no need. Let me give the thanks to you. Uh, yeah, I mean, Casey, I've gotten every, like, uh, yeah, people say, are you a CIA undercover? I'm like, really? But I'm like, no, I appreciate it. But yeah, Lane Kiffin, Vanilla Ice, John Gruden. Uh, there are other ones I can't even remember, but yeah, it's funny. Ben says, I gotta go. Have a good day, Michael. Ben, just thanks for stopping by. Enjoy the Philippines, my friend. I'm sure you are, or you wouldn't be here. Ben is from the United States as well. He's from Florida. Living here abroad in the Philippines, loving life. SFM Mobile said, okay, perfect, that will work. And hey, SFMN Mobile, I need to remember your name if you ever even gave it to me. I apologize. Reach out to me on Facebook if you have it, or Instagram. My links are in my description. If you ever have any information to relay to me in regards to the Meta glasses or anything else, friend me on Facebook or send a message and say, hey, Michael, this is so-and-so. Sometimes I get friended by people and I don't know who they are, and I don't want to just accept everybody. I don't know who they are. You get a lot of that here also. Strangers, people you don't know. But do that, that would help. Even says, Michael, that's true about the germs. And again, people, I'm sure there are people go to gyms all the time, never get anything. But the more people, stuff in the air, I'm not wearing a mask, never wearing a mask, so I don't even want to hear someone say, just wear a mask in a gym. They don't work anyway. They're for dust and dirt. They don't stop anything. They're for when people are doing surgery, so their germs don't get in an open cut. You'd have to wear probably like a big hazardous material mask for it to really do anything. I like working out outside, just using logs and rocks, mountain man stuff. Good for you. That's like great. If you can just use what, you know, God provided, that's awesome. I would do that too. Evan says, exactly. Lee Cav says, how is your girlfriend, Mike? Where is she? Happy hugs to her. She's in Kandoai right now. That's like 15 minutes from here. That's where she's at. And again, she's where, like, she couldn't, like me doing these walks, she would be exhausted. She would be exhausted. This isn't for her, this, you know, I walk in the hottest time during the day. For me, I'm used to it. It doesn't bother me. And the whole YouTube thing, that's basically my baby, my thing, you know. And it's kind of like Gino, my friend from Dazzle TV with Dazzle. Like, he kind of just like, sometimes you don't always like exposing the girlfriends or whatever, in his case, his wife and stuff like that. You just end up subjecting them to inappropriate stuff, and they don't need it. And she's not used to it. You are though. Yeah, and see, that's like the whole thing. Like, this is, you know, I'm an outdoors walking fool. I will see you Facebook soon. Hey, I can follow you as well. Anybody, like I said, usually I think you can send or try to send a message, you know, Facebook Messenger, and just say, hey, Michael, this is, and give me, like, say your YouTube account, and then, you know, your real name or whatever, and then I kind of put two and two together and know who you are. Ong Mayo Thu Lisar. Overlord says, I hope it's, I remember when you met her here because at the end of one stream and you showed she had oil burn. Yeah, she did, and I was mad at her because I told her that, you know, it's just like, you got to be careful when you're cooking with oil. That's just her, you know, she's a province girl. They're just tough. I get it. At least wear long sleeves or something when you're cooking with oil. Protect yourself. You put something that's moisture in it, into that hot oil, it splashes, and she got it like right in her face. She has like a little, I don't know if it's gonna be a permanent scar, but she has a, like, you know, the burn mark scar on her face. And yeah, I told her about that. Quit being reckless when you're cooking with oil, especially when stuff has water or moisture in it and you drop it in there. You can really get burnt. It's lucky it didn't get her in the eye. Yeah, Michael, that's true. No need to post my BF pictures in my channel. uh, May low. I don't know. Yeah, Evan. Yeah, that would like. She didn't make that big deal of it. She actually probably tried to hide it a little bit because I had already told her I didn't like her cooking with oil, and then she went and did it anyway. Cook with it outside, but put a long sleeve shirt. She had it on burn on her arms or wear long pants. I don't know. And somehow, I don't know, look away from it. I mean, it's not like she can get a whatchamacallit, a welder's mask or something to wear. But yeah, like she's lucky it didn't get her in the eye. Africa will never unite. Are you in a state of emergency? Doesn't look like one. No, I'm not in a state of emergency. Dumaguete, Philippines, and everything's good here. Africa will never unite. I hope that's not true. All right. Anyway, you guys, I think I'm going to end this live stream, wrap it up here. I'm at 131 minutes, which is over my 2 hours. But again, if you haven't given me a like, throw me a like. If you haven't subscribed and you're interested in following the journey of an American living an everyday simple life here in Dumaguete, Philippines, you're more than welcome to do that as well. And other than that, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I know it's kind of cleared out here, but whoever's been here maybe 2 minutes, 10 minutes, the whole time, I appreciate it. There's Che saying it was an accident. She's been exposed. Yeah, it's not an accident if you don't do what you're supposed to, Che. Neil Chapman says, hey, mate, take care, Mike. And Neil, I'm going to give you a going away present. You're a good guy. You got a blue jacket, Neil. Happy Friday. I might be back tomorrow, which would be Saturday or Sunday. Depending on my mood, those are my days off. Typically, it's Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But if I do return tomorrow or Sunday, it will be noon. It would be midnight East Coast in the U.S. So aside from that, Michael, I'm glad I came. I will be back again soon. Even, thank you. Aaron Duling says good night. Aaron, thank you for being here. I appreciate you being here. KC says, Okies, Mike, till next live. Bye, chatters. Thank you, KC. Always even. I came for the 15 minutes. Bye for now. Will Conklin, thank you as well. Sorry if you just got here. I'm wrapping up my sweaty little live stream. I'm going to go get some hydration. Good night, everyone. But thank you, everybody, for hanging out with me. I couldn't do it without you. So with that being said, good morning, good afternoon, or good night, wherever you're at in the world. Appreciate you all, ladies, men, women, everybody, gentlemen. Thank you. Always, always, always. Will. Thank you, Will. Hope to see you again, Will. Until next time, Overlord. God bless you guys. I'll see you guys again real soon. Take care, everybody. Be safe. And KK, good morning to you. Bye-bye.